Hello there everyone and welcome back to another episode of DML. So today we are going to be hatching another Divine Dragon. So this is the HADES Dragon, which is the second dragon that we got from the Dragolympus Rising event. And I just want to take a second to just mention how cool this egg looks right now. Because he's got like the cool spikes on the right and then he's literally got a dragon on top of his head. That is pretty cool. But I love the design of the baby with this guy as well. But this guy is a Divine, Shadow, and Earth Dragon. But little is known about the origins of the HADES Dragon, who emerged from deep beneath the ground one spring day. But one thing is for sure, whenever it appears on the battlefield, the Vikings wish they were dead. Wow, that is pretty brutal actually. Like, they literally wish they were dead. That is kind of terrifying. But again, I love the design of his little baby form. I don't really like the HADES' adult form. It looks kind of weird and meh to me, but overall, I love him as a little baby. But there we go! Divine Dragon added to the collection. 298 dragons in the collection, which means we are 2 away from that big 300. But little Rolt over here is not a dragon I really plan on using on my team because he's a little bit too defensive for my liking. And I feel like there's a few other Divine Dragons that elements are a little bit better overall, but you know, if you did want to use him on a team currently with like the Hermes, this guy, and I don't know, the Poseidon, obviously you'd probably have technically the strongest dragon team in the game. But that is until the Zeus Dragon becomes available, of course. In that case, you know, it's going to be a very different story. But he does have sort of like a red line straight down his neck, which I find a little bit weird. And his head, along with his terrifying helmet, is kind of garish and over the top. Maybe he's just a little bit too spooky for my liking in his adult form. But his headpiece is pretty cool as well. But overall, I'm happy we got hold of this guy. He was the hardest dragon to get in the Dragolympus Rising event. Obviously, we already got little Joko, and now we've unlocked his wind element as well, so he's a little bit better for us. And while we're here, we should probably awaken his final element. I'll be doing that at the end of the video, probably. In the meantime, we will put him into the academy, because obviously we just unlocked his new element, and we need to unlock his divine element as well, so we'll be, you know, upgrading, and upgrading, like, constantly to get this guy fully leveled up. But anyway, let's claim our daily prize piece, which is 3 pieces for the Hypnos Dragon out of the calendar event. Still a good, like, 15 days worth of rewards or something remaining, so, well, 16 days. So, definitely can only afford to lose 3 days in that, otherwise you're gonna end up screwing yourself over and you're not gonna get the Hypnos. And I actually forgot to log into my Android game for the calendar event, which means that we actually don't have a single Divine Dragon on our Android account. So, you know, that's a feels very bad, man, moment right there. But, you know, I have no one to blame but myself for that. It's just keeping track of 2 accounts at the same time is way too time consuming at specific times. There is a new bundle out though for anyone interested. Obviously we had the Elemental bundle, we had the Soccer Dragon bundle, and now we have a Korloth boss bundle, where you get Korloth, a boss habitat, and 2 divine tickets for £11.59p, and for the most part this is quite an expensive bundle, but for anyone interested in getting the boss dragons for their islands as well, you know, no better offer than to buy it with the boss habitat and the divine tickets as well, because we all know how expensive those divine tickets actually are at the end of the day. So, you know, any bundles that include them are probably going to be pretty good. But again, that is for anyone that does want to spend the flat out money and maybe doesn't want to spend the gems worth for it or whatever. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's up to you. If you're someone like me that doesn't particularly like spending a lot, if any, money on this game most of the time, then, you know, it's another sort of pointless bundle anyway. We got a few gems out of that, actually. That was pretty good. Sweet. I'm gonna keep trying to find stuff out of those stupid exploration places. There we go. Now we'll upgrade wind. We'll just keep upgrading until, you know, we can finally upgrade his final element. But nothing's really happening in terms of the clan stuff, because with all the divine stuff and that, I really haven't been paying attention to the clan, I'm sorry to say. But we will be getting a new boss challenge starting from tomorrow, so for the most part I hope you manage to get all of the wins that you possibly can. More like around about half the time is over as well for this divine chest, so it will be changing next week to the Hephaestus Dragon chest bundle. So you know, time to be making some decisions. Do you want that Poseidon Dragon? If you do, you need to start getting all the tickets you can now, spending them straight away. If not, just save them up for the Zeus or the Hephaestus, because I don't think that many people are gonna, you know, spend all the money required to actually get all three of those divine dragons out of those chests. Like, it is a lot of money, so I don't imagine we'll be seeing many teams that have all of them. You never know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but that is what I am going to be guessing, because who realistically is willing to put on like $500 just for some divine dragons? Like, not a lot of people. I'm not going to say no one, because I know people that are willing to do so, but the amount of people that actually do that in comparison to the whole player base is extremely low. So if anything, you might see those three dragons in teams like, say, at, I don't know, 2,000 rating in the Enchantment League or something, because, you know, a lot of people in those higher rankings have been playing this game for a long time, like to invest their money in the best dragons in this game and stuff like that, so you might end up seeing them in the high leagues, but for the most part, anything below that, I doubt you're going to really see it. But if we ever do come across the Poseidon, I'm probably going to be like, whoa, that's like as rare as seeing the Tiki Dragon, really. Like, two really sucks that we can't do this fight here. But, you know, the Tiki Dragon's another one of those dragons where as soon as you see it, you're like, okay, this player is probably at least above level 100, like, guaranteed. Because, obviously it's not a surefire thing, like, every high-level person is gonna have the Tiki, or every high-level person is gonna have those divine dragons in the chest. But for the most part, that seems to be the case, from what I've seen. And, you know, some of the lower-level people did invest in stuff like the Planet Dragon, but it seems like really... I hate calling, like, long-term players veteran players, because it sounds really cringe, but there's no real other way to refer to them. Just long-time players is a little bit long in general, but I don't really see the Planet Dragon that often either, and people always say, Quacks, didn't you buy the planet? I thought you would have. No, I never bought the Planet Dragon bundle, because I've been playing for a while, but even I don't want to invest in the thing. Like, that's like 80 quid. Although, because I bought one of the bundles the other day for like £3, they did actually give me that like 50% off voucher, so I could have bought the Planet Dragon for much less, or I don't think it's 50%, it's like 30 something percent, I think. But either way, you know, if you buy a £3 bundle, you can get like 30 quid off. So it's not too bad if you know what sort of deals they do in game. But, you know, for anyone that just outright buys the Planet Dragon, like, ugh, I don't even want to think about the wasted money in that, because, you know, he's an okay legendary, don't get me wrong, but, you know, same as I was saying about the Hades earlier, there are just better legendaries out there, personally, from my opinion, or there's a legendary that you can get for free, just by doing in-game stuff that is worth the same as the Planet Dragon. Like, same base stats and everything, of course, because he has the same elements. So, realistically, I don't agree with ever purchasing it, but, you know, that's just me. If you want to get an advantage in this game, you can do. It's just, I don't see the point. Anyway, let's see what we get in this chest today. You're giving me so much void, game. You know that I've been looking for energy materials for 8 months. I legitimately think it has been 8 months that we have been looking for these energy materials now. Like, I remember back way before when I was like, you know what, this is going to take forever, but we'll do it eventually. At this point, I'm not even sure we're going to do it. Like, at this point, we are not even going to be able to breed the plushie dragon because the game refuses to give us the highest grade energy materials that we need a ton of. So I'm starting to get pretty peeved, and even if it's not the max level materials, just give me any. Like, I don't need all the void you're giving me. Why so much void? Every single time I open up an enchantment chest, I see void, 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 and it breaks my little heart. It legit breaks my little heart sometimes, seeing all of that void pop up and me just thinking, imagine if that was all energy. Imagine how much happier I would be as a person if it was all energy. And this guy put his level 70 as the last defender, but joke's on you, mate, because we got a level 3 enchanted dragon. Get baloneyed. Get absolutely pasta baloneyed, my friend. That feels pretty good. You know, when they try and do the old razzle dazzle and it's like, hey, guess what? I got a level 70 as my last defender. It's like, well, guess what? I got a high level of enchantment on my level 70, mate. Can't pull a one-up on me today. But anyway, I'm probably gonna unlock this Hermes Dragon's final element before I end up spending my gems on something pointless and never actually unlock it. So it does take a day and 23 hours to unlock that final element on Legendary / Divines, which is a pain in the butt, admittedly, but, you know. You gotta have some give and take with games like this. You know that there's gonna be a timer for something or other at one point, and oh, they're just advertising the Divine Chest. Make sure that if you haven't entered that Instagram sweepstakes thing, make sure you do, because 20 Divine tickets. I'm almost tempted to join in on that sweepstakes as well, but I never join in on them because I think, you know, with the enjoyment that I get out of this game, I'd rather someone else win them and have more fun with it than I will. Because even though obviously it helps me with videos and stuff like that, I feel like it'd be kind of horrible if I took those 20 Divine tickets away. And let's be honest, like the idiots on the Facebook page and the couple of people on the forum that like to target me and be like, well, it's obvious that Gameloft have intentionally let quackalakes win this giveaway. So let's all go spam dislike her videos like we have done in the past because we need a power trip and we can't accept that I do anything in the world. Alright, that was like a little mini rant there, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. Even if I did win that sweepstakes, because, you know, I don't get any leverage over normal players anyway, but if I did win the sweepstakes, probably those people wouldn't believe it anyway, so, you know, it's just easier for me to not and just, I don't know, just live with it, I suppose. I mean, I don't particularly need them. If I don't want to get the dragons to begin with, I just won't. I really don't care all that much. But for now, like I said, I'm probably going to end it for today, but, you know, look out for those boss challenges coming tomorrow, and the Divine Chest changing soon enough, and, you know, whenever we get the Ares Dragon as a possible unlockable, I will definitely be on that, but in the meantime, any new info on that, I will keep you updated, posted, and all that jazz. So for now, thanks a ton for watching, and until next time, I will see you then.